Question to Coach Callero.
I want to know what you said during halftime, because that was a great turnaround.
Actually, it was a very interesting halftime. I wasn't upset, and there wasn't a ton of strategic adjustments. There was actually one of those things called coach needs to show some poise and patience to make the players show some poise and patience. I thought we just were so tight. We had some lineup changes due to an injury that we ended up trying to go big and playing Big Hank in there to start with. That was a freshman. It bumped everybody else out of positions, and we just went back. We changed the lineup, and we went back with Donovan Fields as a true point guard. It made us quicker offensively and defensively, so we just said, hey, we got to go back to what our strengths have been in our first two games. Is just quicker lineup, change who we were. The identity changed real quick. Going from a 6'10" guy to a 5'8" guy, I think it changed the dynamics of our team quickly.
Speaking of which, Donovan and Victor both, I think, combined for 24 in the second half and really gave you guys a spark. Is that something that you're hoping to see from them?
Well, I think it actually went for like 27. I think they might have 13 and 15 for each other, and neither one of them played very well in the first two road games at Pepperdine and Arizona State. And when Jalen came up with the injury during practice, I jumped on both of them about it's time to step up. I don't know when your moment's going to be, but we've got to get you, got to get the deer out of the headlights and make the transition to Division I. Thankfully for all of us, they did that. And I also want to mention, I think Zach Gordon did a nice job for us by just stabilizing. Zach didn't do anything special. He didn't score a ton. He didn't get a ton of rebounds. He just firmed up the middle. He held his ground quite a few times. I thought that was important. And even Josh Mishler, the first half, made some real defensive errors. And the guys really concentrated on who the shooters were, how to get to our shooters, and really making those adjustments. So I was pleased with the second half. If we could, we'd like to erase 20 minutes of the game. A lot of us would like to erase 20 minutes of our life that we made some big mistakes in, but I think that we'll stick to making those adjustments like we made at halftime and finding out a way to pull that game out.
Is Jalen's Achilles something you're concerned about long term?
No, actually, we're looking at it was that we really thought his Achilles flared up, and we put him in a boot for 2-3 days. Swelling's gone down. He's probably 50-50 whether he plays on Saturday's game and whether we want this to be a recurring issue. So it's kind of a strain in the Achilles area.
You mentioned Zach came in with about 13 minutes left, and you guys were down by 9 when he came in. You kind of made your run at that point over the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. What can he bring, to the team? You mentioned that he stabilized things. But.
Well, he really did. He came in at the same time. Donovan and Vic were kind of, Donovan was out there on the move, and Vic came in, and Kyle was tired, and then Vic kind of gave us that spark as well. But sometimes the best thing that you can bring to a team is your voice. I thought he really brought a voice to our team in the back row. When we used to have a nice little fist defense like we're running right now, Will Donahue used to be back. The best teams I've ever had have always had great talkers in the back row, kind of the quarterbacks in the back row. I think he was just willing to talk and willing to, be aggressive. He had one block shot that I think he just went after the ball hard, and they didn't call a foul because he got all ball. And I thought that kind of showed them, and they took a charge by holding his ground. And I think he just showed what a fifth-year senior is supposed to bring to us. He's been really slowed with a couple. He's got 2 knee braces on. He's had a couple knee surgeries in his career. So he's not a guy that can go 25 minutes a night. But he's a guy that can really stabilize us like he did tonight. I'm really happy for him and the team, obviously.
Definitely. Kyle seems like he's kind of come out of the gate the first 3 games, and I haven't had a ton of time to talk to you about kind of his being back, his development. But it seems like he's really contributing, and can you talk a little bit about?
Kyle's super steady. He's a super efficient player. He doesn't take many bad shots. He doesn't make many bad passes. He doesn't make too many defensive breakdowns. He plays like a 23-year-old. He's been through challenges through life and had a redshirt year and decided he wanted to come back and finish out one more year. He'll actually graduate this winter, including after winter quarter. So when we head down to Anaheim for the tournament, he'll be taking his finals and graduating, and that's what we call a young man, and he'll be ready for the work world. And I think he'll actually have a great chance to play pro ball, as his mother, who passed away, is Filipino, and he'll be able to play in the Philippines as a naturalized citizen. I think he'll be able to, use the passport dual citizenship there and be able to play overseas there is one of the goals that we've talked about, and I think this is really important for him. I think he's playing free. I think he understands the world and the perspective of the world when you lose a loved one like that. And I'm just happy for him as I've been a player because, wasn't sure if he would ever play again. And for him to come back and play well, get that time, it's a great story.
He was unconscious the other night in Arizona.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Anything else, Coach?
It's a wrap.
Thanks, Joe.